back again. So, I'd like to file a formal complaint because people talk all the time about self esteem, like it's that thing that you just wake up one day and, oh my God, I feel beautiful. Oh my God, look at me, I look like a princess. But in fact, what happens is quite the opposite. Like, why doesn't why doesn't anybody tell us? Like, why? We're just learning how to we're just going to be learning that all along the life, and nobody tells us, no baby, no, that ain't working for me, that doesn't work for me. So since that doesn't work for me, because I feel like that's a little bit dishonest, I'm gonna tell you guys what I do believe that are tricks that really worked for me. Some of them science based, some of them spiritually based, whatever. But I'm not gonna let that thing going on, honey, that like we're walking around just waiting for bump into self-esteem and all of a sudden we're feeling good about ourselves. No, I'm gonna tell you guys that through the mess of trying to love yourself is when you really get to fall in love with you and to develop your self-esteem. Hello family, how you guys doing? This is Marceli. Welcome back to the channel. This is another video. Today I'm a little bit ashamed. I'm gonna tell you what, guys, I'm a bit embarrassed because I've got some company over there. I got a person right here with me to help me out with some technical stuff and to help me out sometimes with whatever comes to my mind. But yeah, hello, how you feeling? I hope you're feeling good. Yeah, I'm talking about today. I'm going to talk about self-esteem. Why? Because, just because I was one of these days looking at the mirror. I was on my period, and the skin does that beautiful thing that it does every once in a while, that is try to piss us off. But anyways, I was there in front of the mirror and checking out the pimples that was coming out. And I was thinking for a bit, I thought, oh my God, here I am back again feeling ugly. And all of a sudden, I came to realize that, girl, we do it all the time. We have to still love ourselves when we're not feeling our best, because actually self-esteem is not something that you just wake up with. It's not a concept that you just get it and that's it. No baby, we actually have to sit through the discomfort of trying to love ourselves in the meantime. That's the point. um you gotta, first things first, understand why do you feel like that. Why don't you like yourself that way? And why is it not good for you to keep on keeping on with that thoughts? you know you have we all have a way to look at ourselves sometimes, like comparing ourselves to others. That's regular, that's common, because our instincts as primates is to belong, is to try to belong in society. That's what helped us throughout all of our evolution. That's what made us feel safe, because we felt like we belonged in society. There was a lot of individuals to help us survive. So we try kind of like belong. But thing is, we have conscious. So trying to belong is important, but most of all is embracing our own authenticity so we don't miss ourselves in the whole situation of being around people. How do you do that? And more than that, when you're different, how do you make yourself comfortable with your own self without necessarily being engaged in people's judgment? And if people judge you, how do you go through all of that without losing yourself in the middle and loving yourself in the middle? How do you do that? So I came to realize that That would never gonna happen to me because I was in the middle of comparing myself with things that were not me and things that had nothing to do with me in the first place. Like, how do you feel successful when you look at success as something that's so different from you? How do you think yourself as a beautiful person if the kind of beauty that you consume online and offline is something that doesn't look like you? You understanding yourself as a unique being and understanding that you are worthy of love and care is the first thing that you have to remember. You don't have to feel beautiful, you don't have to feel pretty, but you got to understand that you're worthy of love. You're worthy of your own support before any other supports. So I'm gonna give you guys the tricks that I found that kind of worked for me. I say kind of worked for me because I'm still on that road as well. Because what I come to realize is that this is not a place that you get to, it's the whole road of self love and self acceptance that we can call self esteem. If you keep on the road of self love and self acceptance, is what makes you peaceful with yourself, with your uniqueness, with your authenticity, and you can shine in the world and make the differences that only you can make by being you, by being yourself. We all carry that, the power of transforming the world in a way that we ourselves are the only one who can do. So here are the tricks that I found. The first one that actually helped me, and not only me, I have a couple friends that also have tried. Of course, this is not scientific because just a couple people have tried it around me, but there are actually some papers that say that gratitude exercises are actually very important for you to come to the realization that your life has things, beautiful things in it. So when you take a look at your life and try to find things that you appreciate about it, that's when your mindset starts shifting to look at everything as valuable. And maybe you're thinking, oh, it's fine for you to say. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what I've been through. Well, yeah, and you don't you also don't know what I've been through too. We are all like that. But I do know that if you have a roof on your head, water to drink, and food to eat at least once a day, you are one of the 20% most blessed people in the world. So something you do have. You might not have anybody else around you, but when you look in the mirror, you have somebody, that's you. You got to be grateful for that too. For your brain, for the things that come through your brain, and all the ideas that are granted to you that could become something that's worthy and valuable financially speaking as well. When you look at your life with a sense of appreciation, it makes you start to comprehend the value that you carry. That's the one thing that I do every day. First thing in the day is I breathe a little, I look around, and I try to find 5 things that I'm grateful for. Even the coffee on my mug, or the fact that I was born where I was born, or the fact that my brain is able to get to know a lot of different languages and get a lot of ideas from it. That's so fierce, actually. That, honey, I'm so grateful for that every day. But you find yourself, what is it that's worthy for you, and you will start getting a good grip of what your life has to offer to you that's already beautiful now, not in the future, but now, things that you are actually able to be grateful for now. Second thing that helped me was to start looking online for people that looked more like me and that carried some of my features. The idea is not to try to compare yourself, of course. The idea here is to start looking at your traits like they are beautiful, even if that isn't somebody else. But with time, what you will be doing is to be training your eyes to look gently at yourself, and with kindness start looking at you and all your features that look like somebody or not, your authentic ones, as beautiful. And you are going to train your eyes to look at yourself as beautiful regardless of what you look like. The third thing that helped me was I started to show kindness to myself through intentional self care. And you don't have to be like paying attention to spending a whole load of money in many different products. That's not that. Here, the idea is to take care of yourself and to observe yourself through anything that you're doing. It can be while you're taking a shower or washing or brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, washing your face, moisturizing your skin. Whatever you're doing, what I want you to do is promise myself that you are going to be there, fully present, looking at your features and taking care of yourself, giving yourself the message that you are worthy of care, you are worthy of love, and you are worthy of support. This can come through anything. And of course, you can make like a spa day with hundreds of products if you have them, but don't wait on taking a new product of that's on trend, so you can take care of yourself. Don't do that for yourself. Do it the way it is right now. Just go to the mirror right now. Stop this video. Go to the mirror. Look at yourself. Take a bit of water. Throw it on your face. Clean it. Look at you. Look how beautiful you look. Look how gorgeous you are, baby. And if you don't feel like it right now, try it again and again and again. And I promise you, one day you're going to look at yourself and say, well, honey, she looks fierce. For me, what happened was I was going through a phase where I hated my hair. I used to hate my hair when I was a kid, and growing up until my early 20s, I hated this. So, because the trend was using straight hair with almost no volume, kind of like today. And what I had was this beautiful fro that I still didn't know how to manage that. There wasn't even products for that in my city back then. And nobody else looked like this. Nobody else. So I used to put a lot of chemicals that harmed my hair a lot. But one day I was online and I found a channel of a girl that doesn't even exist anymore that had hair like her before hair was just like mine, and her after was like, oh my god, if I get there one day. And then I started incorporating that routine into mine, and with time I just got in love, fell in love with my hair in a way that started to I started my natural transition to get my hair into what it really is, because I didn't even know what my hair was back then. I was just what trying to find me a little bit of curl, something to take me off of the hair that I had back then. What I earned with that was not only a gorgeous, beautiful hair, but I also got from that the ability of look at myself and my unique trait. Intentional self-care. It's really important for you to cultivate that habit. It's really something that helped me a lot. And the thing that I have been doing lately that's helping me a lot is having time with myself alone. I know most of us are not happy being alone, but most of all, the biggest issue is because I don't know about y'all, but I know about myself. I had a problem of standing still. So, what helped me was in the beginning, I would stay alone and focus on the things that I wanted to do. to get to understand what I like. And after that, what helped is to start shifting the doing thing to the state of being. So, what I do now, and that helps me a lot, is I wake up a little bit earlier than everybody else here in my house, and I spend at least 1 hour with nobody else. No phone, no people, no nothing. Just me, myself, and I, me, my thoughts, my state of being, my emotions, everything, so I can process them. Not only process, but sometimes acknowledge them, because sometimes we're so involved in every day in everything that we just forget how to feel. How are we feeling? Sometimes we don't even ask ourselves how we're feeling. So lately I have been spending this time. I know it's a privilege, not everybody has the space or the time to do that, but if you do, please consider doing, because I've come to get to know myself deeper and deeper in those moments. Not only, but also I started to do my shadow work back then when I started spending time with myself. But I was doing so much, so I didn't have the time to pay attention to my shadow work. Now I stand still and I just let that work happen. And what I'm trying to do is to be gentle with myself in that period. Helps a lot, and you might surprise yourself with the traits that emerge from that. You will get to know yourself way better. It's really, really cool to do that. The last thing is show mercy for your mistakes. You're not perfect. You're not meant to be perfect. You're meant to live. You're not meant to be showing perfection to nobody, especially for yourself. Especially for yourself. What was necessary for me in showing mercy for those mistakes was that I used that to help me go out of negative self-talk. I used to talk to myself so badly, and it's hard to come out of that, because internally, even though I wasn't verbalizing, internally my thoughts were always so destructive. Like, I called myself animal sometimes. Like, and it was not just like for fun, it was really mean. So what helped me get out of the pattern was to look at myself as the baby of my future self. And if you look at this perspective, you are always a younger version of your future self, and you would not be mean to a baby. Imagine yourself as a baby. Like, if a baby cries because it bumped into something, made the mistake of walking a little bit too fast, and then bumps into something and hurts itself, you're not going to be, you're stupid because you walk bad. You wouldn't do that. What you will do is pay attention to it. You were going to check the baby. It's easier for those of us who live with children around us. I have my nieces and nephews around, and I'm really blessed for being able to observe them. But what you do is you usually hold the kid and you ask, "Did it hurt? How can I help you?" And you help the kid to go through the process of having made that mistake, and you help the kid go through the pain, so on the other side it can try again and try again. So we all one day will master the art of walking, if we are able to walk. So what what do you do to yourself when you make a mistake? Look at the way you talk to yourself. Stop for a bit. Break the pattern of negative self-talk. Show mercy for your mistakes. Talk to yourself as a baby for your future self. And little by little, the way you talk to yourself will shift, and with it will impact your self-esteem. Of course, none of these tips are actually written on, they are not written on rock or anything. They are all they are all things that I did that helped me go through the process, and that still helps me because I still haven't been, I'm still not done. I know I have a lot of work to do on that self-esteem road, but little by little, those things helped me break the patterns that made me look at myself as unvaluable. And what I'm inviting you here to do is to do similar things for yourself. This might help, but they might not. Still, don't lose patience with yourself. Don't give up on that road, because it's really beautiful what comes after you sit through the discomfort of getting to love yourself. Well, if this resonated with you, please consider subscribing. Stick around, be a part of the family. We are here to talk. Let's keep this in the comments. Tell me, what do you do and what have you been doing that has helped you in your self-esteem road? And if you like this kind of videos and if you want to talk to anything, let's talk in the comments. Let's keep on chatting. I love to chat. So um, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your attention. I hope you have a blessed week. And if this resonated with you, please consider staying. I love you guys so much. See you next time. Bye.